Hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Are we live still? Hear me? Can y'all hear me now? I can hear me on that. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let's get this set back up. I appreciate y'all patience. I'm actually working on utilizing my camera. So I downloaded this app earlier today. And I have been working on that because I want to utilize my phone to get a crisper image. So I appreciate y'all working with me. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, when you're teaching yourself, it's a lot. I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. Thank you for tuning in. So let's back up a little bit. Now we got the audio going, and I'm back on all the other platforms. So I am Yah-Tay Keaton, also known as Yah-Tay the Barber Stylist. I am an independent contractor for No Grease Barbershop here in Columbia, South Carolina. I actually work at the Columbiana Mall location, and we have two. One on Gervais Street and one in Columbiana Mall. It's just outside of J.C. Penney's. If you're familiar with that mall, it's where the old Regis Salon used to be. So if you're tuning in or catching this on the replay, I want to say thank you for joining. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And as I was mentioning in the beginning, when you couldn't hear me, I am just starting out with this podcast, and it's fairly new. I've been sitting on the idea for a couple years, and Spirit was nudging me to get going. So, in getting going, it's taking time to build. I'm still continuously working on my, I'm going to show y'all here, my special guest list. So I'm working on kind of getting it filled in here, y'all. I'm working on that. And it's a little challenging with anything that you start. It takes some time to get it going. So that's what's taking place. But I did share with you all that we'll have some pre-recorded broadcasts. We will have special guests. And I will also be featured on bringing you a topic or two in reference to the industry, topics of discussion like we have tonight. If you missed episode 6, I talked about what was in my my briefcase or my barber case. And some of y'all might be surprised at one of the items that I had in the case. If you don't know what it is or you haven't seen it, check out episode number 6. That way you can see what's that extra tool that I carry in my my case. So with that being said, tonight's subject is cuts, care, and customer service, the barber's guide to excellence. I have 5 points that I'm going to share, and then 3 tips for barbers and our stylists, but more specifically, 3 key service tips for barbers. However, stylists can stylists can utilize them as well. So let's get started on the topic of discussion tonight: cuts, care, and customer service. Some of you might think that, it's about the cut. Really, in my opinion, it's about the customer service and the care. They'll grow with you. If you can't cut a lick, they will grow with you. Because I've had clients that have grown with me as well. But the key is care and customer service, which brings me to the very first point of the 5 discussion points that I'm going to share with you all tonight. And I do have notes, because y'all know I'm a teacher, so I want to be intentional. I also want to ensure that I provide you some nuggets that you can take with you. And for those of you who are catching this on the replay, don't forget to like, comment, and share the broadcast as well. And subscribe. Please subscribe. So the first one is understanding customers' expectation. And that makes the difference between the haircut and the experience. So the important thing is to have your active listening skills and doing the consultation, and not only doing the consultation, but also doing the process of you the appointment time and you cutting the hair or whatever service that you provide for your client. In my case, I not only cut hair, I also service I do natural hair as well, textured hair care. So I specialize in textured hair care, which is your locks, braids, twists, cornrows, you name it. I do that. But should I say, in addition to that, I can cut anything that comes through the door or sits in my chair. So, but that is my specialty. If you go to my social media, you'll see mainly natural hairstyles and cuts and things along those lines. So the first one is understanding the customer's expectation. You gotta communicate with them. You have to have active listening skills in order to know what they want, in order to meet their expectations. So how to tailor service to the different clients and their personalities. So it's like having a child. You can't treat everybody the same. You have to look at them as individuals and take care of them from that perspective. So you want to tailor your service to that individual. You want to be sure that you have your active listening skills on, so you're also paying attention to what it is that they want. And again, it's all about listening to their expectations, what it is they want, and then rendering your professional opinion in the event that there's something, that comes up. I'll give an example. So say a client wants a mohawk like mine. However, in that case, their facial structure probably would fit it in that, from that perspective. But you want to listen to what it is that they want and render your professional opinion. If the hair isn't long enough or short enough or dense enough or whatever the case may be, you want to be able to render your professional opinion about that particular style and give them hard, I hate to say hard facts, but give them information where it is sound for them to make that decision. Okay. The next point is building long-term client relationships. Consistency in service is key, and scheduling is key. I got to get better by scheduling. My clients are very good about coming back, but what I have to do, and I always say it, I got to get better at, when we go to check out, oftentimes many of them have prepaid online and they schedule according to their availability. However, you want to utilize the booking system and schedule them, especially if they come on a very regular basis. So building long-term client relationships, consistency in service and scheduling, remembering clients' preferences. So a preference, how they like their haircut, what guard they like to use, what they like to use on top in terms of cut, service. Do they like their tapered out? Do they like it rounded? Do they like it square rounded? Or do they like it square? These are all things that you want to know in reference to their particular preference. And you have some that switch it up every now and again, or some that take your opinion based on what you see in reference to their neckline. Do they have a short neck? Do they have a long neck? All of those things matter in reference to how the back of the neck look. And many of them tell me, well, I don't see it anyway. Well, I see it and I want you to see it so you can see how it looks. So with that, Engaging with clients beyond the chair, social media, community events. I engage with my clients because I always tell them the least I can do, especially if they let me know if they have an event, or like many of my clients are children, young adults. And I'm grateful for that because my work with children has carried on, which brings me to today. I had all kids. All 7 of my clients today were children between the ages of 2, and I think my oldest one was 13. So all of them were children today, and I felt so good. If you had seen me cutting today or braiding today, I had the biggest smile on my face because I get to connect with them. And what I did also was share with the parents, thank you for trusting me with your babies. Thank you for bringing them to me. Thank you for continuously supporting me. I also work with some of my clients are autistic and or special needs. So I have parents who bring their children to me because of my care, my customer service, my training, my background, because I let it be known, with my previous work with children, that I am a trained paraprofessional. I have subbed with children, substituted in the school system, both Duval, Sumter, and Richland, which is why I say 3 counties in 2 different states here in South Carolina as well as Florida. So that training helps me with my children, with the children and young adults that I service. So engaging with them beyond the chair, I not only engage with them in social media, I also go to events. One of my clients is in the band. A few of them play sports. Whatever the event is, I do my best to make it to the event. Why? Because they support me. I feel like that's the least I can do, is go support them. I've been to concerts. I've supported cookouts. Um, Posted stuff on social media for events that they're having, commented on things that they're promoting, ask, hey, you want me to share that on my platform? I do that as well. So that's how you build relationships and long-term relationships beyond the chair. The third point that I want to make is handling difficult clients and situations. Now, I'm gonna bring up something that's like a hot button in the industry, but I'll hold off on that for a minute. So you see the banner up. I should have took it down. But Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay, I'm just doing a side note. Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay is on every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's every Sunday. We're on the 7th episode. If you're joining, you have tuned in to Cuts, Care, and Customer Service, the Barber's Guide to Excellence. It can also be a stylist's guide to excellence, because these points that I am sharing and soon to be key service tips, barbers and stylists can utilize them in their daily consultations or their daily service, their interaction with their clients. So just to share with you, for those of you who are tuning in. So Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay is on 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. And I also want to share with you all, many of you may not know, I am a published author with the book A Heritage of Hair. It is an award-winning book. I won 3 awards, and the book wasn't even a year old at the time that I won the 3 awards. Let me put that up real quick. Hold on. I won 3 awards. One was for first-time author. The other was book cover design. And then it's the third one was social awareness, publish with a publish with purpose. So that is the Lit Star Book Awards. And for those of you who have your book, and if you have it and you would like that I autograph copy and to get your official seal for the book being an award-winning book, reach out to me, DM me, and I will get that taken care of for you. If you have it, you'll have to send the book to me, and I'll get it back to you with it signed and the official seal on it. If you're here locally, stop by the barbershop, just DM me and let me know, and we can take care of it for you. So if you're looking to purchase the book, it is online at Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, you can get it in, yes, 2 days. 2 days if you got Amazon Prime. If you don't, it'll take about a week, 7 to 10 business days, maybe more, depending on where you're located, to receive the book. But it is available. If you're viewing from YouTube, you can scan the QR code in the banner. If you're viewing from Instagram, you can click the link in my bio. It'll take you right to the book. If you're viewing this on Facebook, you can scan the QR code in my banner as well. But either way, you'll be able to get it. If nothing else, just look up the book, A Heritage of Hair, and it should pop up. And I wouldn't mind if you all did a review. If you have a copy of the book, send me a picture so I can post it, or a video, whichever one you like, so I can get it posted. And once again, I am Yah-Tay, and we are talking about cuts, care, and customer service, the barber's guide to excellence. So just a quick review of the points that I made. First, we talked about understanding customers' expectation. There's a difference between a haircut and the experience. The key is active listening, and the consultation, which is part of listening to the client and tailoring the service to the different clients and their particular personality. The second topic we discussed was building long-term relationships or client relationships. Consistency in service is key, and scheduling, remembering the client's preference, milestones, different conversations you might have had with the clients. It's like checking in when you see them, engaging with them, and going beyond the chair. And as I mentioned, my clients take care of me, so it's befitting for me to support them. And like I say, many of my clients are young people, so I go to games, I go to events, I post stuff. If I have the information, I share it in my stories or post it on my timeline. So those are things that you can take beyond the chair in terms of building those long-term relationships. The third thing is handling difficult clients and situations. And what I'm going to share with you, it can be a red button in the industry, but nonetheless, being able to de-escalate clients professionally, utilizing your professional stance, professional conversation with the clients when remedying or handling difficult situations or circumstances with the client. The other thing is setting boundaries while maintaining great service. Oftentimes it's difficult. You might have a situation come up, something happens, you still got to remain professional. You should remain professional. I've seen where clients push buttons or try to take the service provider out of their element. But remember, we are service providers. We are our business. We're the face of our business. So it's not like we sitting behind a desk or sitting behind a phone. We're out front and center providing the service. So therefore, we have to maintain a level of professionalism, when it comes to handling difficult clients and situations. And oftentimes, I won't say it's always a client. Sometimes the service provider can, go there too. But the key is to maintain a professional decorum about yourself so that you're able to stick to the point, stick to the facts, and also de-escalate the difficult situation. You hear this term, fire the client. When should you fire the client? How should you fire a client? You know what? The deal is, like one of my mentors say, Miss Carla Jones, you might have a difficult client. You might have one that's very meticulous. I won't say a detail oriented. You got to know how to handle them. You don't always like everybody you deal with, but you deal with them. You provide a professional service, or you engage with them professionally. Same with clients. Even though you may not like them, but they still like what you do for them. So you got to look at your bottom line. You providing a service. Are they coming on a regular basis? Are they taking care of you? And there can be some stipulations where the relationship between the client and the service provider should be dismantled, for lack of a better word, or should be discontinued. Then once again, you utilize your professional decorum to lay that out on the line. But that is the big one. How and when to fire a client, or if you should fire a client. Like I say, there are people that you engage with all the time that you may not necessarily like, but you maintain a professional position, and you handle the situation. Same with clients. Well, for me, I like all of my clients. I love all of my clients that come to me. At this point, I haven't had a problem of that manner. Customers, that's a different story. Clients, no. Customers and people who know the difference between a customer and a client, you get what I'm saying. And we don't have to go into details about that, but there's a difference between customers and clients. All of my customers, I love them. I take care of them. I stay in contact with them. I'm engaged with them, both my mobile clients, my private clients, as well as my clients that come to the barbershop. And some of them are private and they come to the barbershop. And some of them, I go see them. But nonetheless, handling difficult clients and situations is a must. You got to be able to handle those clients and situations in a professional manner while maintaining boundaries and offering a great service, and knowing how and when to discontinue a relationship, providing that it is necessary to do so. Everybody is not your client. Just like I tell them, I'm not everybody's service provider. I got to tell y'all this. So this happened to me. So I had a client. Why am I sharing this? I don't know, but I'm going to share it. So I had this customer that came in, wanted a particular service, but they had been going to someone else, and they was messing the child's cornrows up. So yesterday I got a call. This particular person wanted to book. So the other barber took the call. They said it was a kid. They wanted 4 cornrows. So I put a price in the online booking so that we can secure the spot. So when they came in, I was like, that's not a child. That's not a child. But I say that to say this. this particular client kept coming back asking for my professional opinion, but never wanted to use my service because they didn't respect, I'm going to say respect the price. But they'll come back, ask questions, come back, talk about what someone else did to the hair or didn't do to the hair. But they finally booked, got the service, the quality of service that they desire initially, and I took care of it. And guess what? They paid the fee and tip. Now, I wasn't expecting the tip because coming to see me, as I've shared many times before, coming to see me or returning to see me, that's the tip for me. That is the real tip for me. But what I got out of today's encounter is that I maintain my professionalism. I provided them information to a degree. And I also took care of the child. At the end of the day, my goal is to ensure that the child is happy. Of course, the parents, because the parents are paying for it. But because I've worked with children and know how challenging and harsh and children can be to one another with the bullying and all of those different things, I wanted to ensure that he was good. So took care of him today. He loved his 4 cornrows, and that was it. She couldn't say nothing. All she said was thank you. And I was like, all of this time, we could have mitigated all of those circumstances and going around and round and round had you just, came the first time. But like I said, what I learned is maintaining my position, standing on my standards, and knowing my worth, and that I do provide an excellent service. I have great prices, regardless of what an individual may think about the price. I might not be in their budget, but my price is my price. And also, I do more than just hair. It's more than hair for me. So that's something that I learned with that. So on to point number 4, creating a premium customer experience. What is it that you do for your customers that makes them want to come back? So in creating a premium customer experience, cleanliness, ambiance, professionalism, offering additional services, example like scalp treatments, hair care education. Any client that's sitting in my chair know they're going to get some type of hair care education as it relates to their specific hair, their texture, their density. It's going to relate to them. Like the young man that I braided today, I explained to him, you have to tie your hair down. Your texture is different from mine. It's not going to last if you do certain things to it. You won't get a longer wear out of it if you do or don't do certain things to it because your texture is different. So setting the expectation along with creating the experience. So I'm going to back up to some points that I shared. Cleanliness. Believe it or not, customers look at that. So for me, I make sure that my chair is clean. I make sure that the floor around my chair is clean. I make sure that my station is set up so that I can accept a client. I will not allow a client to sit in my chair until the floor is clean and the chair is sprayed down with Lysol. Okay? And they know this. It can be wet when they go to sit in it. But for the most part, the floor has to be clean and the chair has to be sprayed. And as I mentioned before, my station looks as if I just opened for the next client. So that's part of my cleanliness. That's part of my presentation. Ambiance, with the ambiance of the shop, I don't have a whole lot of control over that. However, I do have control over my particular station. So I ensure that my station is clean. So let me actually bring up a picture so you all can see my station. Hold on here. Let me pull it up because I think I still have it in here. So that is my station. If you can see it in the back there. Let me pull up the video. Hold on, y'all. I think I still got that video on here. Did I get rid of it? I did. Give me a second, y'all. Let me see if I still got the video up. I'm gonna see. Give me a second. Do I still have the video? Okay, there we go. Hold on. It's not bringing it in, y'all. It's not bringing it in. But I do have, let's see here. Hold on. Give me a second. Let's see if we can pull it in. There we go. So here's a picture of my station. This is a older image because you can see the corded clippers there. I deal with a lot of cordless clippers. As you can see, my station, the presentation is always similar to that. And of course, the cape isn't on the chair. That's the cape for us when we close. If you come in the morning or you're walking by and we aren't open, you'll see that cape as a presentation. But my cape is always folded over the arm of the chair in preparation for my next client. So as you can see, I make sure that everything is clean before my client sits in the chair. Ambiance, once again, lighting is important. I had a customer complain here within the last 2 weeks about some dust on the ceiling. So I'm sure management is going to take care of that. But ambiance is very, very, very important. And also professionalism. Not just yourself, but everybody as a whole within the barbershop. Professionalism is key, and it is what it is. So the next thing is offering additional service. We talked about that. Scalp treatment, hair care education. As I mentioned, my clients are always going to get some kind of hair care information, education information. They're going to get something. And small gestures that leave a big impact. Refreshments, loyalty rewards. Some places do loyalty rewards. I keep water on hand. I usually do the small 8-ounce bottles of water. I keep some in the fridge for those who like cold water. And I do keep some in my wall locker that are room temperature. And I also keep, I call them, ding dongs, dum dums, and I keep those as a little treat for my clients as well, for the younger people. And I use the dum dums because they don't have any allergen agents like peanuts and things along those lines. And I learned that from working on base at Fort Jackson. Those were the only things that we could offer to the children because some children may have allergies to certain things. So I've carried that on here with me. Let me switch this up. Hold on, y'all. So that's, small gestures come in that sense. And the fifth one is customer perspective. I guess you say, what is customer perspective? What are you talking about with that? What they wish barbers knew. Communication about wait times and delays. The importance of respecting appointment times. So here's what I found, in the barbershop, but just appointments in general. One person can throw your whole day off. If that one person that's late in the morning, especially if it's more than 5-10 minutes late, it can throw your day off. So how I try to mitigate that And I'll tell you why I do it this way. I block off time in my schedule, but many of my clients know, especially towards the end of the evening, because we're located in the mall. I don't want clients booking natural hair service on up to the last hour in the evening. One, I respect the other barbers. I want to ensure that we all get out in a timely manner. Two, because we're in the mall, we have set hours and we can't linger past too much time after closing, because that can cause challenges for management and then security and so on and so forth. So I do that as a gesture to make sure that I'm respecting not only my putting in what they call a contingency plan, so that clients respect my time, and in turn respect the other barber's time, as well as the time for the mall in general. Also, what else was I going to say with that? The appointments. So I build in those blocks to take care of that. Customers throwing them being late can throw off the time as well. So that's how I kind of try to mitigate that. But they in turn want you to be mindful of their time as well. With us, we do take care of appointments. We do have walk-ins. So we do try to work the walk-ins in between our appointments as well. If I am going to be behind, I notify my client as soon as they walk in. Of course, they can see someone sitting in the chair. I acknowledge them by name when they come in, and I let them know I'll be with you shortly. And once they get in the chair, just out of being courteous, I let them know, what is taking place. And I thank them for being patient with me and continuing to support me. So communication, that is key. And then what else I have here? The importance of respecting appointment times, why a personal touch matters. Greeting by name, that's a personal touch. Checking in on past conversation, that not only lets them know that you are tuning into what they're saying, it shows that you care, it shows that you're paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So those are just ways of not only understanding the customer, creating and building long-term relationships, and also creating a premium experience with the customers. But the key here for this last customer perspective is wait times and delays. The importance of respecting appointment times to the best of your ability, because sometimes you have things that happen during the day that can throw the timing off. But the way to handle that or to mitigate that is to acknowledge the customer coming in with the appointment, greet them by name, let them know that you'll be with them as soon as possible, and ask them if there's anything that they may need want from that perspective. Most of them are pretty good about it. They don't seem to have a problem with it, and we just go on as usual. So those are the 5 points that I wanted to share in reference to cuts, care, and customer service. I'm going to share with you all the barbers, the 3 key service tips. But to reiterate, the 5 discussion points that we've gone over is understanding customer expectations, building long-term client relationships, handling difficult clients and situations, creating a premium customer experience, and the customer's perspective when it comes down to wait times and delays. The key is to communicate with them. So for the last 3 key service tips for barbers and or stylists, the first one is, and you probably already know this, but I'm going to repeat it anyway. Master the consultation process is key. Ask questions. Ask them in different ways. Put it in your own words and give it back to the client, because what that does is ensure that you are taking in and understanding what they're saying. If you can transfer in your way to communicate with them and they say yes, that's it. So mastering the conversation before touching the clippers, the combs, the trimmers, the shears, whatever it is you're getting ready to put in your hands to offer that service, ensure the client feels heard and understood about their hair goals and concerns. If you got to ask the question over and over and over again, rephrase it, reform it, put it in another context so that they understand, or you understand that you know what they're talking about, or you know what the expectations are for that particular client. Master the consultation process. That's key. And it goes back to communication. Ensure the client feels heard and understood about their hair goals and concerns. All right. Consultation. The second point is maintain a professional image. We used to dress down, but even when we dressed down, my presentation was still professional. With that, maintain a professional image. Clean tools, a neat workspace, and professional attire set the tone for top-tier service. Okay? Once again, clean tools, a neat workstation. I told y'all I'm big on that. Y'all see my workstation. Let me put it back up here again. Y'all see my workstation, right? I'm big on cleanliness. And I got to tell y'all, this, I've worked in many different fields, but this field here, I feel like it fits me perfectly for my meticulousness. And as some people say, what my no, I'm a perfectionist. No, I'm a perfectionist. No, I'm meticulous. And my OCD comes in handy when it comes down to being clean and neat, because you have to be. You can spread germs. You can disease, all of that. So cleanliness is key with your tools. I make sure they're sprayed down, they're clean. I use a clean comb for every client. If I drop it, I put it in the barber side. I have hand sanitizer there to make sure my hands are sanitized. When I go to the restroom, I'm washing my hands. As a matter of fact, sometimes I'm coming out still drying my hands, and then I go over to the hand sanitizer and clean them again. But nonetheless, cleanliness, clean tools, a neat workstation, that's part of your presentation. That's part of you too. It's part of you too. And professionalism, attire. I make sure that my clothes are ironed. I make sure that I'm neat, I'm tidy. I keep in my smock pocket, I keep hand lotion, I keep Banaka, the breath mint, I keep spray on the other side of me, I keep cards and whatever else I need, to keep me going. Breath mints. I don't eat the kids' dum-dums, but I do have little breath mints that I keep along with the little spray for myself. I got a toothbrush and toothpaste in my bag, if need be, deodorant in the bag, the whole 9 yards in the bag if I need it. But clean tools, a neat workstation, and professional attire sets the tone for top-tier service. You're a professional, dress professionally, act professional. All right. The third one is keep learning and adapting. You must keep learning and adapting. For those of us who are here in the state of South Carolina that are licensed by the state of South Carolina as barbers and master hair care, we are not required at this point, from what if y'all watch episode number 5 with Miss Gwendolyn Davis, she talked about regulations and licensure and regulations. So she said for now, which means that might be changing. But as of right now, we do not have to do CEUs or continuing education, unlike cosmetologists, estheticians, and massage therapists. And I think there might be one other. I might be nail techs. So barbers and master hair care, which is like a cosmetologist on the barbering side, we are not required to do continuing education. However, I'm always continuing my education because the better I am, I can provide that information and offer those services and bring that knowledge to my clients. And it also helps to keep me current and me not working on something that's 20, 30, 40 years old. So I'm staying current. I'm staying up to date. As one of my clients say, cutting edge, trying, looking to be cutting edge with the information that I bring, offer, and provide to my clients. So keep learning and adapting. Stay up to date on trends, techniques, and customer service skills to remain competitive. And I say competitive from the standpoint of being with the top service providers, because those who don't offer that, who aren't keeping going in terms of their learning and adapting, they're going to weed themselves out anyway. So you don't even have to worry about them. So when I speak of being competitive from a competition perspective in this arena, I don't mean it as competing with someone, but making you where you're in the running where someone would want to come and sit in your chair. Someone would want to come and utilize your services. All right. Stay up to date on trends, techniques, and customer service skills to remain competitive so that you stay in the top tier of your game. And once again, as I mentioned, as of now, according to Ms. Davis, barbers and master hair care aren't required to do continuing ed. But for those of you, stay competitive from that perspective. Keep learning, keep adapting. Because remember, the only thing that's constant is change. And I'm going to say this. I've said it before in some other episodes, and this is by Essence China. Your business will grow to the extent that you grow. Okay. So the service that you offer, the information that you offer to your clients will only grow to the extent that you grow to be able to offer that to them. So keep learning, keep adapting. Once again, those 3 key service tips for barbers and stylists is to master the consultation before touching the clippers, shears, comb, rat tail, brush, whatever it is, implement you use. Ensure that your client feels heard and understood about their hair goals and concerns before you start to offer the service to them. Secondly, maintaining a professional image. Clean tools, a neat workstation, and professional attire set the tone for top-tier service. Neat, clean, professionalism. Clean tools, neat workstation, professional attire. Set the tone. Keep learning and adapting. Stay up to date on trends, techniques, and customer service skills to remain competitive. Not that you're competing with someone, but to be in the top tier ranking where clients want to come see you because you cutting edge, you up to date, you stand abreast of what's going on in the market. what's happening, what's the latest, who's in the know in terms of techniques, services, products, and things along that line. All right. So just a quick recap for those of you who have been on, you just popping in. Tonight's topic was cuts, care, and customer service, the barber's guide to excellence or stylist guide to excellence. Because honestly, anybody within the beauty and barber industry can utilize this information to help enhance their customer service and or their professional, maintain their professional image. So the first one was understanding customer expectation, the difference between a haircut and the experience, the importance of active listening, and the consultation, how to tailor services to different clients and their personalities. Building long-term client relationships, consistency in service, and scheduling, remembering clients' preferences that lets them know that you're listening. Utilize your scheduling system. Oftentimes, many of those scheduling systems allow you to make notes or take notes within them. So take notes, maximize it, use it. Engaging with clients beyond the chair. Example, social media, community events. In my case, I have a lot of kids between elementary school, middle school, and high school. If I'm made aware of their events, I take part. I've been to bands, I've been to football games. I haven't been to a basketball game yet. However, they support me, I support them. The third one is handling difficult clients and situations, de-escalating conflict professionally, setting boundaries. As professionals, we have to set boundaries because clients will run over you and think that they can run over you and think they the barber with the knowledge. There, you have to share your professional expertise with whatever the situation is. And as I mentioned earlier, there's a big debate on when and who and how to fire a client. You know, some clients might not be for you. Your time with them has run its course. But before doing that, look at the big picture. Look at everything. And if the relationship isn't working, maintain a professional position about it and do what is necessary for that relationship. Whatever's in your best interest, in the client's best interest, to take care of that dispute. All right. Creating a premium customer experience, which goes into cleanliness, ambiance, professionalism, offering additional service, and also small gestures like having water. Some places offer alcohol and various things, but those small gestures matter to your client. The last thing in those 5 points is customer perspective. What they wish barbers knew about wait times and delays. Things happen. Like I said, sometimes that first appointment of the morning can throw off the whole day. But the key is when that client comes in for their particular time slot or appointment, make eye contact, communicate with them, acknowledge them, let them know what's going on. Okay. That gesture can go a long ways. All right. They know things happen. They know things come up. My clients even text me and let me know, hey, I'm running late. Hey, I'm on my way. Hey, whatever is whatever. I honestly rather wait for them than them wait for me. That's how much I respect their time. But like I say, in our shop, we do work in our walk-ins in between our clients because everybody don't always book. So we try to work them in to the best of our ability. And most of our clients know that as well. The three key service tips for barbers. Number one, master the consultation before touching the clippers, comb, shears, razor, brush, whatever it is. Ensure that the client feels heard and understood about their hair goals and concerns. Okay, that's number one. Two, maintain a professional image. In this business, we're it. We're it. Clean tools, a neat workstation, and professional attire set the tone for top tier service. All right. And the last one is keep learning and adapting. Even though barbers and master hair care in the state of South Carolina aren't required to do continuing education at this time, and I'm speaking to us because I am one, still keep learning and adapting. All right. Stay up to date on trends, techniques, and customer service skills to remain competitive, to remain in the top tier where clients want to come see you because you're up on the latest, because of your technique, because of your customer service skill. Not to mention your cleanliness and workstation and clean tools and your professional attire. That's all I have. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed episode 7, Cuts, Care, and Customer Service, the Barber's Guide to Excellence. And as I mentioned earlier, stylists, anybody within the industry can utilize these 5 discussion points and 3 key service tips to be top tier and offer their customers the best service possible. All right. Thank you all for joining. Once again, I am Yah-Tay Keaton, also known as Yah-Tay the Barber Stylist. I'm located here in
Naturals.